Well, here we are, walking again. Today I'm on kind of a little park that used to be some old farm. And this is a farmhouse here, I think, that they're trying to restore, and they've got some workers back there trying to do their jobs. The topic today is cultural differences. And I've written about this before, but the topic of the day is about the difference between the culture of your workforce and your management. Now, in the middle of the country, we were all in about the same boat. We were all Midwesterners, and we were all who we were. But elsewhere, we're not like what we were. The most extreme example I can think of is an expat situation where you're trying to operate some activity in some country. And I haven't been directly involved in it, but I was a frequent visitor to one at one point. And the point being that there's a cultural difference between the workforce, which was from that place, and the management, which was from a different place. And that can be racial, and it can be ethnic, and it can be cultural. And the way those workers work and what they do for how they run their lives and everything else is who they are. And the same thing can be said for the management. And the problem you get into is the middle layer, which is the supervision. And the question of the day is, what kind of supervisors do you want to have? Do you want to have supervisors that are more like the management, or do you want to have supervisors that are more like the workers? And the way that comes into play is that because of workforce organization and the way you organize a production flow and a lot of other stuff, if there's too big of a difference, it causes problems. Especially nowadays when religion and political and all that is an issue. If you have the supervisors too close to the workers, they can't get on the other side, and it can't be management. They can't do what you want to do in the plant from an organization standpoint. And similarly, if you get them to be too much on the side of the management, the workers will revolt, and you can't really have that either. And there's some stories that I have to that effect that happened all the way back around 9/11. So anyway, it's an ongoing problem. One of the ways that people solve that, at least in the expat situation, is you select a couple of supervisors from that place or culture, wherever that may be, and then work with them for some length of time in the corporate R&D headquarters. And then at some point in the time when they're acclimated to what you want to accomplish, put them back in their own environment. And that's a way to do it. The other way to do it is the way the Japanese do it, is they make the assumption that the workers and the factory level managers should be the culture of the locals, and they take a employee and transfer them permanently to the manufacturing facility. By permanent, it means permanent in an expat sense. You get to go home for some number of months every year and all that kind of thing. But the point is, it's an ongoing problem, and people handle it in different ways. But if you're not at least aware that that's what's going on in your organization, you are subject to getting some surprises. I'm going to try to find a place to do push-ups around here now. Here we go. Perfect. 10 perfect push-ups.